we are live. Happy Friday. Well, or should I say, happy fucking Friday. Thank God it is Friday. Tonight is Ian's birthday bash because his birthday was yesterday. So I thought, why not throw him a wee bash? We will be going on rabbit holes tonight. Where will we go? Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what subject would you like tonight, Ian?
Oh, to start with, what can we start with?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. Right, okay. Let's get the show on the road.
Basically, we start with nightmares. So, starting off with nightmares, which I've just had.
You cheeky fucker. Hey, Nettie. Hey, Nigel. Nettie saying happy birthday, Ian. Hey, Nigel for the North Pole. Hey, Noreen. And Noreen says happy birthday, Ian.
Yep, 25.
What are you doing for the weekend? Did you celebrate it yesterday, or are you going out at the weekend?
Did I celebrate yesterday? Yeah, while I was at work, yeah.
How about we manage your cake to yourself?
I had a really big cake because one of the cleaners at work likes to bake. So I had a nice thick chocolate cake that was iced in white frosting.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Oh, where is it?
You didn't bring me a bit home.
Oh, poor Linda. Oh, you horrible man.
Work.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? Shows how much you care about me.
Yeah, you know why?
You can eat it Monday.
I left it in the cupboard, so
Oh.
I wrapped it up.
Poor Linda. It's all right, Linda. I don't mind if you slap him.
So I can go and get it in the moulding. I've got the keys.
I'll be asking Linda next Friday if you went the next day and got a poor cake.
Yeah, we got to go out tomorrow anyway, so.
Oh, where are you going?
Shopping.
All right, I thought you were going to go somewhere exciting.
It is exciting shopping.
Well, that's what you go for, isn't it?
Well, Nigel says, happy 52 birthday, Ian. And then Nettie says, you ate it all, Ian. You're on him, Nettie. On him.
Nah, I didn't eat it all, that's for sure.
Ah.
And I like Nigel because I'm actually 54. But there you go.
Well, no far. So, what's been happening in the world of paranormal this week? Apart from people looking like quality streets and football hooligans everywhere.
Not a lot for me this week. Possibly next week. I'm going out with my son on Tuesday. Going to check a farmhouse now.
Oh, awesome. You looking forward to it?
The ghost of Farmer Giles. Is that what you're looking for?
So you ask him if you want to come out and for a drive in my Jaguar.
Your Jaguar. How is the Jaguar? Still going strong?
Yes, it's wonderful. I'm getting a new tip for you now for when I go driving in the country.
We should ask Nettie. Nettie, is that a fanny magnet? Bev, hi Bev, how you doing? Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Nigel says if you change your birthday age round, well, you'll be 25.
I always say 25 because people say, oh, I'd love to be 21 again. No, I wouldn't actually.
No. In this day and age, I must admit, I wouldn't like to go back and live my life. Definitely not. Nettie's laughing.
Well, I would because I've got 1 foot in grave, so...
Oh, not at all, Bri. You're like a spring chicken.
You're not Victor.
I wish. 1 foot in the grave.
Do you know, funny enough, I was watching UK TV Player the other day, and it's great, and I love it because it's got all the retro TV. And funny enough, that was actually on UK TV Player, so there was me. I was like in heaven. I was like, 1 foot in the grave. Who doesn't like 1 foot in the grave?
Exactly. I keep getting clips of Love Thy Neighbour. That is so close to knuckle that these days, isn't it?
Oh.
But it was common back then.
If you can, 8.5 Hot Man, that's still on the telly as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good as well, yeah.
Yep.
He
The
had a
thing
good
is-
voice, he had a good voice, that little fella. What did they
A
call
little
him?
fella, yes. He lived in Hastings when it was on the telly.
Yes.
Really?
Along with,
Yes. He used
what
to
did
do
they
a
call
lot. He
him?
used to do a lot of charity stuff with Windsor Davis on the pier.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Can't remember his name. But yeah, they had a couple of songs in chart. Whispering Grass.
Whispering Grass. That was his big
Yeah.
hit. Whispering Grass.
Whispering Grass.
His
Don't
name
tell
has escaped
me.
me.
What?
Why his name has escaped me, I do not know.
No, it's bugging me now. But anybody in chat got a name for the little fella out and I thought,
Well, let me tell you something which I read in that.
Honest
Do you know
Bell.
what?
what?
Honest Bell.
Is that? But, all right.
Yeah, his
Didn't
name's
think it's
Honest
that.
Bell.
Right then.
Oh. You never guess what? Guess who's gone all the way to Glasgow? Know that I'm promoting this, by the way. I just find it hilarious. Of all the cities and the towns to go to Glasgow, Most Haunted is going to Glasgow.
Yeah, they're in bloody Hastings soon as well.
They're going to the pavilion.
People I know locally keep tagging me. Oh, look, Most Haunted's on. Don't you want to go and watch it? Yeah, like.
I would rather buy the tickets and burn them. I'll use them for Guy Fawkes. Hi, William. Don Estelle, William says. Nicola says, hi, everyone. Hey, honey. A happy birthday to you as well, Nicola, because it was Nicola's birthday during the week as well. A happy birthday to young Nicola.
Happy birthday.
It's everybody's birthday this month, I'll tell you.
You don't cause her pain by singing to her, do you?
I did. I sung to Nicola, was it yesterday?
Oh.
I sung to Nicola, I'm sure.
Nicola, you
Oh.
have my sympathy.
But I'll sing to her again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, young Nicola. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Done.
Lovely.
Elsie's birthday this week. My God, please don't, because I'll be listening. My birthday's on Monday. My birthday's on Tuesday. It would be good for a laugh, definitely. I just don't see. I think personally they're short of money. I think that's why they're doing the show again. I don't think it's because they missed their career. I think it's they missed the money.
It's because they've got a big house in Surrey and 7 bloody cars to pay for. That's why.
It's the stage show that's doing route into it. That's what it is.
3 times I've sang to Nicola.
Yeah.
It's my name, Nicola.
It's like the opposite of the Holy Trinity, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah. Hello, Sarah Louise. Hey. But no, personally, no. Save your money, guys. Don't go.
You don't have to tell me.
Hi.
So, since we haven't got any subjects as such, how's about our audience looking some questions at us, especially to Ian, seeing as it's his birthday?
Oh yes, if you've got any questions, in fact, Do you know, I always dread when I say any questions because I'm expecting somebody to fire a shit ton of questions or a shit ton of cheek.
Before anyone asked me what's the most scariest thing I've ever seen, that was a couple of minutes ago when Lois sang twice. So.
Take your arse. If MD's got any questions, just fire it as we're easy Ozzy. Well, Free Friday, it's a free for all whole.
As usual on here.
Happy birthday. William. William says, don't know you, Ian, that well, but happy birthday. Well, time's now, William. If you want to ask us any questions, ask Ian any questions. Hey, Ragga, long time no see. I need to get you back on the show at some point. The Iron Brew crew, happy Friday. Terry 2 Willies, thank you very much for joining.
We've just got to convert Bri to Iron Brew.
We do.
Yes,
we really do.
He's got a brew, there's no iron in
it.
We have a question for young Ian. What presents did you get, Ian?
Got some equipment for my cameras.
Oh, smashing. What did you get?
Some tripods and dual dual adapters, so I can have light next to each other. But because I've got all the full length tripods, but I've got the smaller ones you can sit on the table. They're really handy to have.
Eric says, me too, Ian, you know I love low. Rigger says, if you keep returning to a location, is it possible Spirit will realise how to use equipment to communicate? And I'll come on, no problem. Awesome, I'll look forward to having you. I would say probably, because if Spirit sees you using it constantly, then they might become, right, and I know this is going to sound really, really stupid, but if they get accustomed to you going there and seeing how you use it, then yeah, I would say they would become accustomed and start to communicate, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually quite a really good thing.
Yeah, that's a system that Brian Baker from Haunted Homes UK, he does tend to visit a place for quite some considerable time, building up confidence, allowing Spirit to get used to equipment, and then ultimately communicate through it. So yes, they do, but not literally on a given just Arctic Blue on one night. You've got to build a rapport up, just like you would with a person.
Yeah, I think, once it's like with anything, it's like the first time you learn to write, I mean, they're the same. If it's a piece of equipment they've never come across before, they won't know how to use it. Our local cemetery, we used to go up there a lot because ours is highly active.
Totally.
But we've been up so many times, they actually knew us by first name and would even ask why certain members of the team weren't there, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do apologise. I thought I was in mute when I shouted the first time. Nick the Prick's here. I'm here also wearing my noise cancelling headphones for when Lo starts talking. Well, screw you. I don't like you anymore. Annette says, Nicholas says, Annette, I've got 8 bottles of wine. Haha. Eric says, I also don't see why you can't teach them how to use it. That's really true, Eric. That's a good point. William says, I'm drinking alcoholics and getting drunk.
Not being funny, Eric, but there's a lot of investigators out there that don't even know how to use them themselves.
That's it. Rita, hi. Ian, the birthday guy, Lois and Bri. Hey. Terry says, Lolo, have you investigated Sir Stirling Cemetery, Holyrood. It is good. I have not, but I have done Stirling Jail, and I didn't really rate it much. I think the problem was we were only allowed to investigate the top and the bottom, but we couldn't do the middle because of its council offices. So we weren't allowed in that part, which I found quite. Aye, they wouldn't let us in. They wouldn't let us in the middle part because it was council offices.
Well, I don't
Which,
do any work.
that was my thoughts in time, but which I found it quite disappointing, to be honest, because you would probably expect that maybe most of the activity was in the middle, and you're going up and down, and it just I was disappointed, but I will check out Stirling Cemetery. Hey Rita, saying hi to Rigger.
Is Stirling not where Wallace Monument is?
I'm sure it is where Wallace Monument is.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
You asked her a Scottish question there. That's going to confuse her.
Oh, shut up,
you're not answering. Come on, get
that's because I don't like Scots. It is Stirling.
Yeah, she's probably thinking who's William Wallace.
Shut up, you cheeky bam.
Yeah.
Rigger says, I'll always explain to Spirit what the equipment is and why we use it, which I think is very important. The team think I go away and talk to myself. Rigger, I can honestly say you do talk to yourself, but I'll not tell everybody.
Yeah, we've had situations like that where we think we're talking to ourselves and then we review the camera afterwards and you realise you weren't.
But the amount of people that's coming up for, you see a lot of videos nowadays of people actually posting that they've been speaking to somebody, like security cameras, and that's why I love watching the security cameras, because you see the people and you can see there's nothing there, but when they're getting asked, right, who are you speaking to? Oh, I'm speaking to such and such. There's no one there. They are there in front of me.
I recall listening to Dan one night, and he was saying that he'd spent 10 minutes talking to a spirit and didn't realise until they sort of pointed it out. So, yeah, that's fantastic when that sort of thing happens. I can't actually imagine what that's like personally because I'm too sensitive to spirit. I'd know before. I'd know that it was spirit. But to somebody that's not got that psychic ability, must be ace. Must be ace.
Yeah, there's a funny story from Hell's Corner in Dover, which is the old air raid tunnels in the cliff. There was a tour guide was saying about there was a man and his daughter who must have been like a teenager, and he could see they were talking to someone and sort of reacting to whatever was being said back to him, and he's watching them thinking, who are they talking to? Anyway, all of a sudden, this girl's face had a look of absolute horror on it. And she was like really tearing everything. He walks over and he said, everything all right? And the father said, yeah. He said, well, I could see you were talking to someone. He said, yeah, we were talking to this guy in overalls. And he was saying about the tunnels and all that. And he said he died back in 1946. And it was when he said that, the daughter went. But,
that reminds me perfectly of a couple up in cemetery up here. A walking dog. And this couple of fellas, they're walking up cemetery, up graveyard, and they've got a coffin. They're carrying this coffin between them. And they get to the top of the cemetery. And they turn around and they come back. I'm thinking, what's wrong here? There's something a bit weird about this. Anyway, they turned around halfway down and went back up. I thought, I've lost fucking plot.
weird. Rigger. Everybody loses the plot. That's why we're all here. 32 Willie says, still an old jail across the road from the U. Jail Toll House is a music venue now that is haunted. Interesting. You just did low. Obviously, Rigger. William says, nothing wrong with talking to oneself. You get more sense out of it and no one answers you back. That's why I love having an argument in my head with my partner, because I don't get answered back. Don says, Eric says, Dan held a whole conversation with somebody that wasn't there on how well the music boxes worked. That's what Bri was getting at. Hi, Spooky Wayne. Wayne is in the house. Happy birthday to you, squash tomatoes and stew. Laura swung like a monkey threw it at you. Happy birthday, Ian. Thank you very much, honeybee.
She's an orangutan.
I'll have your, Terry Two Willies argues with himself and loses. I lose in my own head, don't worry. I'm not an orangutan. Well, debatable with the colour of hair, I know.
Yeah, it's a bit darker today. What have you done to it?
Well, I'm actually...
It's because you've been drinking Pepsi again, and it's going Pepsi.
I'm actually drinking Coca-Cola tonight, Pop.
Yeah, see, that's what it is.
I don't know. I've just went half Iron Brew, to be honest. I think I've drunk either too much of it or it's no as good. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Here comes Boyle. Hey, lovey. We're just talking about whatever rabbit hole we're on.
Hey, happy birthday there, Ian.
Thanks, mate.
I've got a little fact for you.
Oh, let's go with
Iron Brew come from?
Is this one of the ones that
originate?
Is this one of the ones that's going to be Iron Brew for me?
Trust me. I was surprised myself when I found out. Comes from Jamaica.
Wait,
really?
It originates in Jamaica, Iron Brew. Yes.
Iron Brew comes from Jamaica.
I was going to say, what's this all about? Or
yeah.
We're just talking random shit, Nick.
The fact she must be drinking Pepsi because her hair's going darker.
You leave. Do you know what it is? I want the same colour hair as Nikki. So that's why I'm leaving my hair to go dark. So the mean Nicky Canoe can come in like twins.
Now you've said that, he's going to bleach his hair tonight.
We'll see it and it'll be bright ginger. Wayne says, just thought I'd pop in and say hi. Having a quiet night before filming tomorrow. Have a great show and everyone in the chat have a good weekend. Good luck with your filming tomorrow and I hope it's a good one and I can't wait to hear all about it. Nicola says, hi Nick.
Yeah.
So
what is it you want our advice on?
I was kind of hoping you weren't going to ask me this in the live. It was a bit of guess. It was a bit of guess, but I can't go into further details. Not while we're live.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not nutcase. Nothing to do with nutcase.
I thought you were going to ask about, how do you lurk in the woods?
It's easy. I do it all the time. Nick showed me how. Nick said, Lois, we're going in, and he showed me how to work binoculars. I was pretty proud of him.
I'm just surprised he managed to teach you something so simple.
Oh, see, because
binoculars are not that easy to focus. Actually, if you've got
actually no. To be fair,
Well,
And I'm blind as a bat, so.
especially not when you hold them the wrong way round.
It's the case of which side do we go out here?
Oh, that's it's two nonnies.
How did that
Do you
one
know-
end up going to doctors?
Do you know, it takes me back when I was younger, and my uncle, God rest his soul, and he gave me a set of binoculars, and we were up, and he said about looking at my grand's house, and he said you should see it a lot more clearer and a lot more closer. And I kept saying, no, these are far away. My grand's house is so far away, it looks like ants. He's like that, no, you'll see it closer. And I'm like, no, I done the exact same thing. Binoculars round the wrong way. And everything looked so like ants. It was so funny. I was like,
I've got three.
But question for Bri. What have you been doing with binoculars, Bri? Ah, you cheeky monkey.
Put it this way, my tweezers have got smaller.
Robert bought a pair from Steve Felton. Oh wow! When did you see Steve Felton? Lois went to the dark side. I was never at the dark side in the first place. Rita.
That's where she came from.
Exactly. Nicky Canoe, I don't know, you seem your responses are like every time you're responding there's just that pause and then it's like you hear that laughing like
my allergies are acting up again, so it's just I
my
hate
honey.
when they interfere. Yeah, I hate when they interfere with these shows, but I'll be fine.
He's just allergic to red-haired demons. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean you got me there.
I used to like you, Nick. Now you're falling down with Nick the Prick. Northampton.
So we're training him well.
Yeah, he's a bloody bad influence if you can't get off that man now. Can't believe it. I'm gonna have to phone Mammy M and talk to her.
Well, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I'll be phoning next mum going, next bullying me. She'll say, not my son. So, who's investigating at the weekend? Anyone?
Not this weekend, but possibly next
No.
weekend for me.
Oh, where are you off to?
Well, I got to check with my two other crew members, see if they're able to go, but we're going to try to go back to that Masonic Lodge in Brookston, Indiana once again.
Right, sorry to cut right in the middle. Right, Jenny's just come up.
Oh,
Jenny said,
yes.
Good evening all. Hope everyone is well. Quick update on Chantel. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't know if I could or couldn't. So now that you've brought that up, my prayers and thoughts are with Chantel because a really horrible thing happened to her. And on behalf of Friday Frightners and To the Craven Back, our thoughts are with Chantel.
Yeah.
So the update is that she wanted her ice cream this morning. Well, at least she wants her ice cream. She's on antibiotics and they may need to operate again. Prayers, honestly,
Yes,
my thoughts.
definitely.
She's sleepy, but slowly getting there. I gave her all your wishes and prayers. Thanks very much, Jenny. That means a lot, my love. I didn't know whether I could mention it or I couldn't mention it, so I'm quite glad that you've come on and said.
Definitely.
Really, really, really horrible. Really horrible.
But unfortunately, it's sort of common ground in South Africa, isn't it? But
Yeah,
Yeah.
South Africa. That's where it's at.
my brother spent 2 years over there, and I think at the time he was there, he was nearly carjacked once. Nearly run off the road by drug runners, and dodged 2
Yeah,
bombs. So
yeah.
it's
It's a rough
Yeah.
area down there. It's a really rough
Yeah.
area.
My exes came from South Africa, and her dad used to be an overseer, and they left. They definitely left because that's when they were. It's going back to 80s when everything tension first
The
started.
violence. Yeah, I
Um,
was gonna say when the violence began.
And
Yeah.
that's what Jenny said. It was all for her phone, which
Yeah.
makes it even more horrendous. And she said, yes, you can, of course, talk about it in a Scottish Demon. Thank you very much, Jenny. I just didn't want to be overstepping the mark in case I wasn't. But it's horrendous. All for her phone. Is it really worth it?
It is. It really is. I
Terrible.
mean, they nearly killed someone just for a damn phone, and that's just absolutely ridiculous.
It is. And again, my thoughts and prayers are with Chantel, and
Yes.
Definitely.
I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to see her pop back up the screen. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
We'll
So
have a
back on with
Chantel
us
coming
and
back
Dan.
party.
we will.
What's
We'll
that?
have a Chantel. You can, Jenny. You can tell Chantel we'll have a party for her in Frightners. Even if she doesn't want to celebrate, we'll celebrate with her. And Sarah Louise sends her love to Chantel and Rita.
In the head.
Oh, Canny, she did say to me, "Can you believe I got shot, dude?" No,
No,
it's horrendous.
I
Yeah,
don't suppose
world-
it probably took time to sink in, didn't it? I expect.
No, would have.
I mean, when you go through that kind of situation, there's probably a good. If you go through that kind of situation, there's probably a good likely chance. I mean, it's just like anything else that even when it all happened to begin with, she probably didn't feel any kind of pain because when something like that happens, when that happens, your body shuts off that mechanism immediately, and it almost gives you almost like a pause in time because you're just in shock.
Jenny says I can't say what I want to say. You know my show's a freehold bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you can, Jenny.
You know this show, Jenny. I do not care. I am at the point. I don't know if it's the older that I'm getting. Well, Nick can't really sympathise because Nick's younger than me. But when you get to
about 500 years younger, yeah.
Wait, what?
Screw you, bitch.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
That cheeky monkey said 500 years because he's a dick. But I think, see, when I was younger, I used to be nervous about what to say and things like that. The more that I'm getting older, the more brazen I'm getting, and I just don't give a shit.
Because as you get older, you don't give a shit about things that you think.
It's just like you start saying fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything.
No,
It's just one of these shows. It's a no holds bar. And to be fair,
that's just Glaswegian.
Maybe that's what it is. It's maybe the Scottish side. But do you know what? I'm going to put it out there in case stalkers and the chat tonight.
I think what's his name? Capaldi said it true. The singer. He said he was diagnosed with Tourette's, and he said I thought I was just Glaswegian.
Oh, bless him. Bless him. Jenny, you sing it as loud as you want, love. Yeah. You want to shout bastards, you shout bastards. Eric.
That's very tame, considering.
Yeah. Eric says there's pain after the shock and the adrenaline goes away. There definitely is. There definitely is. Jenny says it's the best way and the best freedom. Exactly. It really, really is. I just find the older I'm getting, it's just like, who cares? I'm just going to say it as it is. That's probably why Jenny loves my show. Straight to the point. Just watch.
And I've just never gave a shit, so that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
Oh my
Jenny
God. Roles to help that.
I know I'm Irish. I can't type fast enough. Come on, Jenny, get the nails into that keyboard and get it whacked.
They've never made a keyboard fast enough for Glaswegian.
Do you know? I love the wee gif guy with the cat's whacking the keyboard at some speed. That is me.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah. It's just. Why don't we have a Friday where we just put out our thoughts? As long as we're polite and respectful, let's go for it. Just okay. You don't have to ask.
Is that not what we do anyway?
Well, Jenny will be soon on the show in May.
Buffering.
We will have. Who's buffering? Me? Nick? Who?
No, I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if I'm offering. I don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah, I got that. Being a Celt.
Do you know, it's one of my favourite accents is Irish. I love Irish. I love American as well.
You love anything. As long
Except
as
you. Except you. That
My
it's
missus
not.
don't like Brummy. She doesn't like
I could see Bri getting 2 black eyes after this, seriously.
Yeah, I could tell.
But
what?
She doesn't like Brummy.
Enjoy.
it's not that I don't like anything Scottish, right?
Nah.
It's just I'm not kidding the place.
Well,
I prefer England. Well, I prefer America. Oh, and
well, we know that. We know why.
Yeah, you just want to go wood.
Robert. I am indeed not banging wood. Robert says Casanova Bri never. Nettie goes no.
Exactly. She don't like Brummy.
Do you
want me to tell you why?
Oh, the secrets are coming out there. So
the first time she tells me
what happens in Bryce stays in Bryce. It's like going to Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I'm like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
It's what happens in the Jaguar stays.
yeah. But of course, young man.
Robert says the Yorkshire charm. Always wants the Yorkshire charm.
Everybody's got the Glaswegian wit. And I don't know what Lois has got.
I've got charisma.
It could probably be treated with some antibiotics.
Ian, I told you, I got rid of the crabs. I told you a while ago.
Yeah, but your crabs are like the ones you buy in the supermarket.
Are you sure, though, Lewis? Are you sure that the crabs are not lobsters?
They could be.
You've actually hit a good point. It could actually be. So let me recap the last 2 podcasts that I've had. Right. So last night we went into the beyond of marijuana. Tonight we're in the state of crabs and lobsters.
Yeah, really.
But how do you know? How do you know if you've got crabs or lobsters? Come on, how do you know?
Oh, I don't.
Because crabs walk sideways.
reminds me of that dad joke. Is it? What is it about crabs walking sideways? It's that song. Well, we do like to be beside the seaside.
That's it.
I think.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what that one was called.
Oh, the joke. It's a dad's joke too, and it's funny
Well,
because it's rubbish. It's funny.
it's because you wouldn't even know it because you're not a dad.
But don't fall for it, Lois. Just admit to please. Listen, Bri got me a cracker last week when he told me to spell attic. Oh God, here goes Lois. It's always fun in Frightners show. I just thought tonight, Ian's birthday bash, have a laid back show, have a laugh. Let's all get serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where were we anyway? We were talking normal, but it went.
I don't actually think. I don't know. Right, come on, Ian, it's your birthday. Throw us down another rabbit hole.
Throw us down another rabbit hole. Oh. Astral projection.
Of course.
How's that for a rabbit hole?
Oh,
Yeah.
I like when you use big words on me.
Do you want me to explain what it is?
No, I know what astral projection is, you fan. Don't need explaining that one.
So,
Do I believe in it?
do you believe in it?
Yeah, I do believe in it. I actually do, because I've heard stories from people that are credible that had astral projections, and
and I think a lot on it's crystal meth.
You've been watching too much Breaking Bad.
That sounds like it.
No, Train Spotting.
No.
Can I say? Robert says, taking the crabs for a spin on the Walsers on the Beauty by the Sea. Night he's laughing. So yeah, I do believe in it. I do. I've never. I can't say that I can recall having an experience of it.
I used to go to college with a guy that did it. I think one of the guys, although we were fairly okay, mate, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But one of the kids there was sort of like, yeah, what a load of rubbish, blah, blah, blah. And he says, right, remember what you're doing at 9 o'clock tonight. And the next day we were in at college. And he said, do you remember what you were doing at 9 o'clock last night? And the guy said, yeah. He says, right, I will tell you exactly what you were doing. And he told him, he was in his room, told him what song he was listening to and what he was eating.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
And the guy had just looked at him and went, how the hell do you know that? He said, because I was watching you.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. Even at that point, I sort of went, well, there must be something to it.
Ian's like that. I'm going to make sure.
Louis,
Yeah, I'm not going to agree with him and get him to prove it. So.
That crab to keep that camera still.
I know it's because it's on my leg. I heard what it's like. Yeah, I heard once that mugwort's supposed to be good for bringing like that sort of astral projection on.
Apparently, there's quite a lot of rules if you do it.
Is it?
You're supposed to lock yourself in a room.
A lot of meditation, and
yeah, you have to lock yourself in a room so nobody tries to wake you up while you're out.
Yeah,
imagine.
It's almost like as well. You can do it through scrying.
Yeah.
That's how I've done it.
If someone wakes you up while you're off and about, you can't get back in.
Can you imagine that? you're going ha 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 to somebody and then realise, fuck, somebody's waking me up. I can't come back.
Yeah,
Shit.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicola's done it years ago. Nicola, you need to tell us about your experience. Only if you feel comfortable.
Come on, give us info.
But I've got mugwort. I mean, Stephen bought me like different herbs and things. I've never ever used them. They're still in the packet. And I've read a lot about mugwort, but like things like putting it in your tea. Don't know if I would try it because I would be too fear of a reaction.
But that proves the point, doesn't it? That proves the point. Like I've said, a lot of it is drug induced.
Mm.
And you've got to be very disciplined to be able to cope with that.
Oh God, aye.
That's what I figured.
In fact, Nick, I'll send you some mugwort. You try it first. You tell me what the reaction is, and I might do it after. Me and Nick and Ruth doing mugwort.
Have me set up the example for it.
Just
Well,
think,
if you
Nick,
want to share the screen,
if she starts learning how to do astral projection, she could turn up at your house.
Ian, I've already told you this. If I start doing astral projection, I'm coming to your house first to cause mayhem. I'm going to start moving your stuff around about so you can't find it.
My house is against you.
I can imagine Ian sitting out the cross in the holy water, ready for me coming.
I've got it all, trust me.
I bet. Annette says, no, I don't fancy going on a trip, Mary. Robert says, I like watching these druggies, they dance to no music. Only music in their head.
Oh, that was that new weird drug that was going around in America, wasn't it? Oh, what was the name of it? Zombie. It was like zombie or something like that, wasn't it?
Do you know, we were actually talking about...
Have you seen Spice Heads? They're brilliant.
Oh,
they go backwards.
Yeah, it might have been Spice, wasn't it?
Yeah,
hey, Amanda, welcome to the show, love.
Oh, hey, Amanda.
Nice for you to join us. Do you know, we were actually talking about this on Similar Spooky. We did a show talking about the cortex and the paranormal. And Dan was going on about one that I wasn't quite too sure of. And if Eric's still in the chat, Eric, you can put up the name that Dan was saying. But I wasn't really quite sure on the one he was talking about. But like just talking obviously about people that get stoned and then go out and investigate, you know. And then it says Spice Heads stand rooted like trees. Never tried it.
Until they move and then they go backwards.
Do you know years ago, I still have this friend from America and we were talking and I was quite gobsmacked in what she said to me. She said, I said, what are you doing tonight? She says, I'm going to have some moonshine. And I was like, really? Yeah, that's a thing. Over in America, we do moonshine. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, quite openly.
So do the
Not illegal these days, is it?
Well, see, to be honest, as Joe was saying to Nick last night about the fact that obviously about strong viewers' discretion advised. Obviously about, you know, marijuana, right?
Yep.
It's quite good at how, and this is me just being honest and open, that it's quite good at the fact that over in America it's quite legal. You can go about smoking, not a problem, and it helps pain. And you just think, why would the rest of the world follow suit and just make it legal so that
there is. Well, don't forget there is one country. Well, there is one country in Europe that has illegal. They've had illegal.
Amsterdam.
There There is one other country that.
Actually, no.
Well,
It's not.
Amsterdam were clever
Absolutely.
enough to realise if they legalised something and watched and made sure it was done properly, they lost a lot of issues.
But
You got-
it's not
you know,
legal. Actually, it's not legal in Amsterdam. It's not. A lot of
No,
people think
legal.
it is, but it's not. But the one country that's just made it legal is Germany.
Actually,
Really?
no. I was
Yeah.
going to say. Well, actually, no. There's even actually one country that's had it legal for a very long time. Also out in Europe is the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Aye, the Amsterdam. Do you know? I said that because obviously from my mum's side, I lost an uncle. He died when he was 39, and he wanted to go to Dam when he's 40. And I said, time I'm 40, I really, really want to go to the Dam. And the only reason why I really want to go to the Dam is to date for my uncle, is to say I've been, because that was the one thing that he wanted to do, was go to the Dam. So I refuse to go on holiday to the Dam until I'm 40.
But you'll probably eat about 25 kilo of hash cakes while you're there. I expect.
No, I'm not there for that. I'm looking at the tulips.
Bullshit.
Yeah, after a few hash cakes, you'll be tiptoeing through the tulips, all right.
Do you know what, guys? Right now, I can see the status flying. Not only just about how unprofessional, but about the drug talk. The next thing you'll know is that I'm Pablo Escobar, the cartel of the podcasting. Hi, Daryl. How you doing? Robert says they were selling it at a Christmas market in Edinburgh, Moonshine. Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah,
Peter's laughing at it.
you can get moonshine in a lot of places now.
Right to the red light area. If we've spoke about that, we might as well go full course.
See, that saved
Somerset's
a lot.
version.
Even that
Grumpy.
saved a lot of problems in Amsterdam.
But the red light area. Oh my God! What a fucking show we're doing. Do you know what? Thank God I warned Jeremy York and Vivian what the plans were tonight. Will be a bit rowdy, but not unusual rowdy. Not anything out the normal.
Yeah, not being funny, but they made that sort of thing very safe, didn't they? So
Well, look, prostitution is the oldest profession in the world.
it is.
Well, Robert says window shopping. Is that what you call it?
Well, yeah. I mean, Lois would remember it from when it first started, but
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
Wow!
Actually, I don't know why. I can't get a comeback because I wasn't even expecting that out of him.
back in the days when she first possessed her victim. Yeah.
I'm no Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, we know who he was, so that's all right.
That's all right. And I would have got the blame of that one as well. It's been some show, guys. I hope it's been fun for you, Ian.
Of course, always.
Subject next week.
Well, remember, guys, next week. Now, you have all been asking for this gentleman to come on. I've finally got him back on. The problem is, guys, you are going to have to tune in on the Thursday instead of the Friday at 9 p.m. We will have the one, the only Dr. Cal Cooper. I am buzzing. Last time I was terrified and absolutely shit the brick. This time I'm a bit more relaxed, and I'm looking forward to having Cal Cooper on. So that will be Thursday night instead of Whittle.
Yeah, she's a bit more relaxed now. Wait till the night.
Oh well, wait till night I'll be So guys, Friday Frightners will be on at 9 p.m. Thursday. I'm not going yet, Nicola. Instead of Friday. Next Friday, to the grave and back, we are going to have a kickback night because obviously we've got you people who has joined us. So it's kind of one of the nights that we're having tonight, but we're having next Friday. So I'll need to remember to put both logos back to front.
And then you all know that the following week she'll forget to put it back.
That's not true. I'll not be saying, where is the Frightners crew on the Thursday night?
I still remember the night you started us with the wrong intro.
I remember the night that I cut Nick off when he was trying to speak about supernatural.
What was I talking about? I don't remember that for some reason.
You were advertising supernatural talk, and
oh yeah,
and I cut him right off when he went super, and he went and I went shit. I thought we were done. Oh, poor lad. So, Nicholas says, brilliant chat as always. Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a good weekend yourself. Jenny says, always an amazing show, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Check our wee Jenny out at 9:30 tonight on Emerald Isle Paranormal. I think I'm missing a word. I'm missing a word, aren't I? I'm Jenny, aren't I? Just shoot me. Robert says she doesn't know if she's coming or going. See, when you are everywhere, believe me, it's hard work. Hi, Eloise. Thank you. Great show as always.
It's taken her up till now to realise she's in Scotland, but there you go.
I'm not that sheltered. I know I'm sheltered in some things, but no everything. I just act dumb.
One night I'll do all me speaking Scottish.
Well, this is true. Jenny is not on tonight until the 3rd of May. Take time off because of Mum. I'm thinking of you, Jenny, and I hope Mammy as well. The 3rd of May, that's fine. 3rd of May, guys, check out Jenny. It's a great show. But yes. So, Nikki Canui, have you any more shows tonight?
No, not tonight. I'm gonna have a nice deserved rest and just gonna take it easy for tonight.
And take a stroll in the woods. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think about that, but that sounds like worth a shot.
Jenny, I'm so sorry.
Oh, what?
I'm really so sorry.
Jeez.
Part of care. I'm so sorry, Jenny. My thoughts for you. If I could throw myself through the screen and give you a huge big cuddle, I would. I love huge squeeze to you. I just love Jenny. She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. On Tuesday night, on Simply Spooky, well, obviously Monday, I better say Monday or the boys will shoot me for the high heavens. On Monday, you have the Dark Mirror boys as usual, talking about aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens. That was Mark that got me started doing that. On Tuesday, we are talking about ghostly partners, husbands and wives on the Simply Spooky Network. And guess what? I'm so excited. And do you know what? I want Tuesday to come quick because, don't get me wrong, I'll be shattered. But I am on Fear Fans because we are talking about Saw movies.
Yeah,
and
that's
honestly, I'm like so excited. I'm just like,
you're gonna get put in one of them contraptions. Wicked.
It's gonna be.
No.
Us three need to design the mechanism.
It's gonna truly be one. It's truly going to be one hell of a show. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, and do you know what? Well, honey,
Can it involve a big catapult?
do you know what? I have asked. Well, I've kept my ear to the ground because I did say to Nick about saying to Dawn about doing Saw, and I've been keeping my ear closely to the ground. And see, as soon as Nick told me last week, he's like, "Guess what we're doing with your fans on Tuesday?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Saw." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I ran into the chat and I was like,
I got her hooked, basically.
I ran into the chat and I was like, "Dawn, please, I'll behave. I will behave. I'll behave for Nick. You know, can I come? Oh my god, you've got me at the Saw movies."
Jenny's probably going to have to join now, too, with us.
Well, Jenny, what I'll do is, if you're okay with it and I get your permission, if I could share it into your group, then the live into the group, then you'll get to see it. But definitely, I just love those movies. And as everybody knows, me and Nick did a show, looking psychologically at John Kramer, and it was a really, really good show, and people enjoyed it. So it was really good.
What you need to do is the Hills of Eyes, because that's actually based on a true story.
I was going to say, we haven't done.
We could take Lois to the deep south, and she can research. And she can research.
Why am I getting going? Chicken shit.
They'll eat you. You know, we don't want to get eaten. We just send you.
Oh, no, thanks very much.
As long as we're live feeding the footage, just fine.
Thanks very much, babe. Jenny says, of course, that's good. So I can share that on Tuesday. The Hills Have Eyes. I find that film. I would rather watch The Hills Have Eyes over Human Centipede because I don't like that movie. But it's not something I would want to watch again.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't know if most people don't seem to know this, but Hills of Eyes is actually kind of based off a cryptid story too. A very unusual one, that is. Yeah, it has a very funny. It's a funny name, but the story is said to be terrifying. It's the Melon Heads.
Oh wow!
They're described as like these small beings with large bulbous heads that occasionally emerge from their hiding places to attack people and cannibalize them. And I think the Melonheads legend is where Hills Have Eyes came from. But differences compared to the Hills Have Eyes, unlike where it takes place in a huge desert area, the story of the Melonheads actually is more in heavily forested areas. And believe it or not, I actually was on a cryptid hunt to search for evidence of the Melonheads a few years ago in Ohio.
Well, see, funny enough that you've mentioned that, right? You can remember the show that I did about Kenny Veach.
Yeah.
Right? And I told you about how I watched the film Horror in the High Desert.
Yep.
Well, funny enough, when I watched that movie, and it didn't actually hit to me until Brian mentioned The Hills Have Eyes. And it shows you, obviously, him looking about this house. He's found the bit that thingy, blah, blah, blah. And see the thing that goes after this guy looks like one for The Hills Have Eyes. Has the exact same look. And it just kind of popped into my head there when obviously Bry said The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Jenny, Eric says, our south is like Gordon living in Glasgow. Joe says, yeah, it did.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Robert says, yeah, Eric, loads of weirdos in Glasgow's a wee bit drunk, the raw slash. Well, I can't argue that one. I can't argue that point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to definitely covering Saw again. And not just that, as I said, to the grave and back, I really, really want to throw ideas to it. Obviously, Friday Frightners, we've got guests and that, so trying to think of the subjects for To the Grave and Back. And as I said, looking at movies, like certain movies that you can analyse, like Saw, The Purge,
Yep.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's going after me, The Silence of the Lambs. That's another good one that would be another good one to look at, definitely psychologically. You know, when you look at Hannibal Lecter.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe. There you go. There's another one for you.
Yep. Even when you've got the Black Dahlia. It's another good case. Nick, you've muted yourself, hon.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally had something playing, so I didn't want to interfere with the sound. Yeah.
Right, who is she? Come on, tell us.
It's not anybody at all. It's a piece of it was a piece of music. Yeah, so I'm not hiding anything.
2 minutes, guys.
Yeah, she's behind his green screen. That's why you can't see her.
Hey, dear. Oh, good. It's all gravy.
All gravy. Yeah.
It's all gravy. So yes, yes, it's been different.
I was about to say it got so quiet.
Yeah, it's because Lois is not talking.
Another one. Silent Hill. I like that movie.
Yeah, Silent Hill. That's another classic. We haven't covered that one yet, but I got to check with Dom when he wants to do Silent Hill soon.
Yeah, good one. That.
Yeah, it is. That's another awesome one.
It's got a lot more to it than people give it credit.
Sorry, guys.
It's centered on the gore side of things a little bit more. If they did a bit more of the psychological side,
yeah, exactly.
Definitely, I love Silent Hill. We did, in fact, To the Grave and Back covered Centralia. That was a good one. That was a good show. It was the Centralia one. Do you know what? I love these wee movies that are based on something. It's good when you've got inspiration. Whether it's serial killer, whether it's life event, whatever.
Yeah,
that's the other one. What about the other one that's actually it's quite old now, considering, but it's based on AI, and that's Elysium.
I've never actually watched Elysium.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. It's based on AI, but it's interactive. It's almost what's the word? Biological.
Do you know what? Yeah. There's loads of films, right, that I bypass, and I think to myself, they look rubbish, and then like he'll put them on, like The Ring. I've bypassed that thousands of times and thought, nah, I don't think that'll look good, and then he'll put it on, and I'll sit and watch it. And I'm like, that's actually quite good. How have I not discovered this before it?
You thought it was a mirror to start with, didn't you?
I did. I kind of, when I obviously watched it at the beginning, I was like, kind of having fun with it. But then I actually get right into it. And that's what he says. He's like, you know, when you get into something, he says, because you're just fixated. He says, and there's silence. He says, despair. And I'm so stubborn sometimes when I say I'm not watching something, and I'm like, I'm not watching that. And
you mean to say that Stephen manages to spend time silent? That's brilliant.
silent when I'm fixated with watching something, and when we're not talking.
Whoa. Well, I will say then he is lucky in some ways.
Love Silent Hill. Eric says that, and Joe says happy birthday.
Yep.
But yeah, but after this, I'll probably go off and try and find the film. Any recommendations? Well, Elysium.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe. There you go.
Is that a real movie?
That
I
watched-
thought you were.
that actually surprised me because I wasn't expecting the twist.
I thought it was just a joke you were coming up with. I didn't realize there was a movie by
I
that
know.
title.
I thought he was. Well,
Yeah.
see, to be fair, I've been watching because I've got a lot of B movies there, so like VHS. That's worthwhile a watch, and fear footage. Because of 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think another good film is Knowing. It's one of my favourites, Nicolas Cage. I don't rate that.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I don't
Nicolas
rate him as I don't rate him as a. He's a method actor, not a character actor. He can't seem to change his voice or anything, but he's one of the best of the, of that genre. And Knowing is one of my favourites, definitely.
With Nicolas Cage, I just can't get into any of these movies, to be honest.
I can't take him seriously.
Well, but do you know, I love sitting and watching The Expendables because it's like all my favourite movie stars in one film. And I watched the fourth one the other day. I liked it. I was kind of gutted the way that they done Sylvester Stallone, but I could understand. But definitely worth a watch. I would definitely watch it again.
It wasn't the same without Jet Li.
Yeah, no. Jet Li. He's good. Nicola says Bodies on BBC iPlayer. It's brilliant. 6 parts. Oh, what's that about, Nicola?
Is that 6 body parts?
Trust you to think of that. Trust you to think of that. But
tonight.
One of my favorite actors is Mel Gibson, and there's 2 films that he does which are phenomenal. That's Conspiracy Theories and Signs. I think they're fantastic.
Signs was a good film. Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon. I liked that. Do you know what I found funny? I was watching Demolition Man the other night, and it's a bit where they're in the office and you just can see the Lethal Weapon poster, and that made me chuckle because I'm like, that Lethal Weapon. Like, is it? And the thing that always Mad Max was a good film as well.
Yeah.
But
also,
I should.
Don't forget in that as well. You also had Stallone have a dig about Schwarzenegger being a senator, and at the time he wasn't.
that is true. Joe says, speaking of Mel, there's coming out by you Mad Max without him. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
I think it's like in the same time zone, but not based on him, is it?
Here's your guys' opinions. I don't think I want to watch it, but I'm kind of half-minded. Roadhouse, the U Roadhouse.
I've watched it. It's pretty good. If you don't take it as a remake, just take it on its own. It's done quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen has watched it, but I was kind of, I don't know. I think because when I think Roadhouse, I think Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say.
The original Roadhouse, the story was better and everything. But
yes, it was.
They've taken it completely away and they've given it a different. It's the same character, but they've rewritten the story and everything. So it's not a copy.
See the way that I see it, I should see it as, well, maybe looking at it, it's like a younger version of Dalton. So it's like kind of, see if they hadn't used the same title and did maybe
But
something different.
even the background, his background is different because in the new one he's a underground cage fighter.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So
yeah.
Nicholas's 3-year period, Victoria this year, then further. Joe says it's more like a sequel. Hiya, Lauren. Joe says I'm not fond of sequels and remakes. Joe says the original Roadhouse that had a member from the Memphis Mafia in it. Oh, I didn't know that. I must admit, and some remakes. The 2000, there's everybody knows I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and there's just certain points only that I'll watch it, and that's the actual original, the 2003, the beginning, which they did, and then the recent one that they done in 22. I liked those Texas Chainsaw Massacres, but see, like I've tried watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the second one, and I hated it. I just didn't like it. It didn't have the same fear factor. Not that I was fearing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Maybe when I watched it the first time, when I was at the age I shouldn't have watched it. But it was kind of like, oh, this is coming on. I'll watch that. Oh, holy fuck! Like I didn't sleep for a week after it, sort of thing.
I'm just not a fan. I prefer things like Jeepers Creepers. There's a story. There's a cryptid involved. You know what I mean?
It's original.
Yeah, it's much better storyline for me.
I mean, there are some films out there that should not be remade, and one of them's The Lost Boys because they keep talking about redoing it. Leave it alone.
That's right. Yeah.
70s genre did have a style all its own anyway. So you can't recreate that.
No, well, you'd never recreate The Lost Boys. It doesn't matter who you get to play the parts. It will never be the same.
No, exactly. Just like Nosferatu, the original black and white Nosferatu, there's just nothing like it. That film scared the pants off me when it first came out.
Oh, the one that scared the pants off of me was Salem's Lot.
Oh, that's another good one. Yeah.
Yeah, Salem's Lot, and they should never remake that either.
Yeah.
I think
don't know who they got to play that though.
When the guy's in the coffin and he opens the lid and the boy's just lying there, and then the camera rolls back and he's sat bolt up, and then the boy comes up face to face.
Wait, no, sorry, I've lost the comments. Memphis Mafia, aka Elvis, Andrew. Joe says that the guy that played Red, I liked him. And Rod was a close friend of Elvis. His real name is Red West. Sorry, can't type as fast as thought. Joe, it's absolutely fine. Take your time, no pressure. Just watched Lost Boys on cable last night. Great movie. There's loads of great movies out there. And do you know what? I like In the Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. I really, really like that movie. That's a cracking movie. John Malkovich is a brilliant, brilliant actor.
Yeah. Especially as Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah. There's all.
He will always be Cyrus the Virus.
Do you know, John, when I came across John Malkovich, I can always remember the film of Mice and Men because I was studying it in English. So him and is it Gary Rance in space? Him that went on to do it was at CSIs. He did.
Barlow.
No, Gary Barr. I'd remember if it was Gary Barr. Oh Christ! I can see the guy in my head because he went on to do one of the CSIs.
That's all that.
Lauren says, I think the originals are the best. Joe says, when it comes to movies, I know a lot due to running
Yeah.
video stores back in the day. Do you know what? I try and not go into movies because I don't want like Donna yourself to think, oh, they're copying the idea, but you can't help it because sometimes movies come up when you are talking about things. But it's definitely, I love the old movies. I must admit, the new Indiana Jones, I watched that at Christmas. The new Indiana Jones, I liked that one. I was engrossed in it.
Not my
Yeah,
cup of tea.
it's gone back to how it was as from the last one.
Oh,
But,
do you know what? Harrison Ford still looks good for his age, I'll tell you. Lauren says, Ian, my mother's friend took myself and my siblings to see Salem's Lot the day my dad was put to rest. I was only 11 years old. I had such a bad nightmare. Just typing this scares the shit out of me.
yeah,
Oh, poor Lauren.
that was probably the first thing I ever watched that actually made me jump.
Salem's Lot.
It was the scene of the boy in the coffin, and then when he tapped at the window.
Oh, that's the one scene everybody talks about. Yep. I know exactly what scene you're talking about. Yeah.
I think the funniest one, I think, was with Stephen, and I can't remember for the life of what we were watching, and it was a one massive big bang, and I thought Stephen was going to go right through the ceiling, and I said to him, "You just jump, no, never." So I went, "Aye, you did." I like the old jump scares. I must admit, there's a few films that I've jumped to myself.
I mean, because of growing up with ghosts and that, there's not a lot of films that make me jump, but Sixth Sense did when the ghost walked past the door. That it just had you focused through the doorway, and then all of a sudden, boom, right in front of you. What the?
Mine was when I watched one of the VHSs. It's like the way you describe it to you, it's like wee mini films and a big film, if that makes sense. And you've got VHS, VHS2, viral, 80, 85, 99 and 94. And it was one that made me jump was it was a woman that had to watch a crematorium, and she had to sit there and she's pottering about, and the next thing the lights scoot, and I was doing something at the time, and I just looked back up, and there was this massive big bang in the coffin. The coffin's full, and the guy floated at the coffin in his face, and I nearly went through the ceiling because I wasn't expecting it. And I thought, that's the kind of job I would love, just working in a crematorium, just pouring about at night.
When I was at secondary school, one of my mates, his mum worked in the hospital, and she looked after the morgue at night. So she would just go downstairs, sit at the desk, and she'd be writing all her paperwork while they they would bring bodies in now and again, but she was just to keep an eye on things. And they brought a car crash victim in who'd gone through the windscreen. And his body sat up because of the release of air. He sat up. Looked great. And she said she didn't go back in there for an hour.
No. But you hear these stories, right? I know we're going quite down the rabbit hole now, but you hear these stories that people end up turning alive. Did you hear about the one in Australia? Did you hear about the one in Australia where they thought the guy was dead, and they took him in? I shouldn't laugh. I'm not laughing. It's a nervous laugh. And they took him into the morgue. And the next day, when they went to do the autopsy, they actually discovered the guy had been alive all night. and he actually died in the freezer. He actually took a heart attack because of the pressure.
They say
And I
that
thought,
the morgue fridges have brought a few people back to life as well, because the sudden drop in temperatures shocks the heart back into working.
but do you know what? We should do a show on this, seriously. But I don't know how I would name it. I don't know what I would name it.
What, we're going to do a live autopsy?
Are you volunteering?
Nah.
No,
What
I'm
about
talking.
the
I'm-
back?
I mean, talking about morgues, and people coming alive again.
Yeah. To the grave and came back.
To the grave.
Yeah. You can't steal my show title. That looks funny. Right,
You know,
Friday
to the title, I've just gave you.
to the grave and back.
All right, to the Morgan back.
Right, okay, then we'll settle for that. In fact, that would be a good show. Need to schedule that one in. To the Morgan back.
To the
Um,
Morgan back.
Or we could just call it I'm back.
Or we could call it 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah. Or you thought,
That's nice.
yeah, you thought I was deed.
Oh, can you imagine it? Oh, I can imagine sharing it. Folk will be thinking we're talking about Victor Mildrew. Thank God I put a title and an explanation. You alright, Nick?
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, I do have, as much as I'd like to stick around and chat, I actually do have to get going because I have someone coming over for a meeting. So they're going to be.
That's alright. If you just give me a second, I'll wrap up. Right, so guys, that's my cue because Nick says, I've had enough of your shit, Lois.
No,
I'm away.
I got a meeting. I got to
need to
attend.
get in the woods.
It's alright, 2 seconds. Right, guys, everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe. And you guys are all awesome. And we will catch you up soon. Bye, guys.